Yup, you heard that right, and it is a proper doer-upper that little old me and Harry are going to be DIY renovating all by ourselves.
And we are going big with this one. We're talking extensions.
Sticky.
We're talking adding bathrooms.
This is taking so long.
Digging out our own driveway and so much more. All with our very own bare hands, just like we did with our last reno.
Some of you may have watched along our last YouTube series where we transformed an old and stinky semi-detached house into a dream home.
But this one is going to be so much bigger and better because trust us, we've truly just bagged ourselves the worst house on the best street.
Now we're here, I absolutely love it.
So make sure you stick around this episode to see what we bought.
We are so out of depth.
How much it cost us.
Bought ourselves a house.
Our crazy plans for this project. And even stick around to the end of the episode to see some CGI plans of what we've got in mind for this house. This is crazy exciting, let's get into it. Now, we've taken you around the country viewing so many different houses that we could have DIY renovated. Some of you have been following our journey for so long now and have really been waiting patiently to see what house our next project is. So let's not waste any more time and let's go show you our DIY dream home renovation project. Let's go.
As you can probably see, we've just bought ourselves a real project, but by the end of this video, you'll hopefully agree with us on the heaps of potential it has. When you initially look at this house's shape, lack of roadside charm, and briefly glance over the floor plan, it's easy to conclude that this house is nothing more than a rundown bungalow with just 2 humble-sized bedrooms, a small living room, and an even smaller kitchen. But you would be so wrong. The upstairs of this property steals the show, consisting of a grand master bedroom space, having had a huge dormer installed with heaps of glass overlooking the beautiful Berkshire countryside.
Ooh, look at the windows. Oh gosh, and it's double glazed. Wow, look at those views. Really nice. And a massive room. And there'd be enough room to put an ensuite in the corner maybe.
Nikki's not wrong here. Considering the whole upstairs space currently consists of a massive master bedroom, it would be silly not to install our very own ensuite bathroom. The space lends itself to this, with a nice box created between the chimney breast and the stairs, outlined with a purple carpeted area.
So I'm currently out the back of the property, which is an absolute bonus to this property because it's on a 1/4 of an acre plot, but we'll show you around the garden and our plans for it later. Now you can probably see the master bedroom window up behind me here, and it's currently looking a little bit weird. I know Nikki mentioned it's double glazed and we could save a lot of money by just keeping it like that, but my ideal plan to bring this property flying into the 21st century would be to install some bifold doors up there with kind of like a Juliet balcony that is just going to be so lush, giving you views over the whole Berkshire countryside behind you. And although that DIY plan might sound a little bit ambitious to you, that's not even the half of it. Let's tell you about our most ambitious DIY plan.
Quickly revisiting the floor plan, you can see that the current kitchen is tiny. Not big enough for Harry and I to cook up a storm and host friends in a sociable space. So this project, we're getting bold and we're going to add a DIY extension to the back of this property here, adding on a beautiful 21st century kitchen diner space.
The extension is hopefully going to have one wall with glass from floor to ceiling, allowing the space to extend into the picturesque green back garden. These ideas are just some inspiration picks so you can imagine what we're talking about, but in the next couple of episodes you'll be able to see some architectural design concepts of drawings and CGIs, which will hopefully highlight our ideas and plans extremely accurately for this extension.
So before we go into some crazy depth and map out exactly where this extension is going to sit behind me, we thought we should go back in time a little bit and tell you the story behind how we bought this house, exactly how much it cost us, and yet just the crazy sought after property it was. We're so lucky to have got it. So let's travel back in time quickly.
A month or so ago, we had completely exhausted the whole of Rightmove. We literally knew about every single house on the market within a 50-mile radius. when randomly we decided to check on the market, where we found this beauty guided at £395,000. Just from the listing, we immediately fell in love with its potential, and this is where our inquisition started.
Could I have your name, please?
Yeah, it's Harry Cook.
And we were advised that if we wanted to see the house earlier than our arranged viewing, which was only in 4 days' time, then we were more than welcome to just have a little look outside of the property, have an idea of the plot, and maybe it will give us a good idea of the work required. Do you like it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's got heaps of potential, and just looking at the road and how big loads of the houses are on the road, it's kind of what we need in a project.
And when we say we thought the road was pretty swanky, our searches on Zoopla house prices absolutely confirmed this, with 5 beds going for in the millions, and a particular bungalow just 2 doors down selling for £655,000, with a smaller square footage and a smaller plot. And I guess you could say it's got a pretty outdated interior. This was the evidence we needed to know that this property was potentially the worst house on the best street. Any buyer's dream.
We're saying that we're actually tempted to dive in over asking. It's guided at 395 and offer 400 because there's 15 viewings lined up in the next 3 days.
It is a probate house. The probate hasn't gone through yet, but it should in the next 2 weeks. We're ready to go, obviously, pretty much. Honestly, you can tell that a gardener lived here. There's rose bushes, bamboo, and all sorts of different greenhouses all around. It's stunning. And the garden probably is the biggest amount of work. The front garden and the back garden, that's where we're going to spend a lot of time sweating our balls off.
As well as the big extension we'd be doing. Single story out back.
That seems like the easy part. It's amazing.
We're in love.
It's exactly what we wanted. I'm worried about the competition we're going to have with this.
So at this point, we were desperate to bag this gem, get in there before anyone else could.
We basically love the property so much that we would love to kind of put an offer in and take it off the market before next week. I don't know what the vendor would think about that.
Let me turn this round. If I put your house on the market and you had 25 viewings lined up, what would you do?
And to be honest, the estate agent was so right. Us being sellers of a house ourselves, if we knew we had 25 viewings lined up in just this week alone, we would definitely want to see them viewings through and wait for all of the offers available rather than taking a quick one. Especially knowing how special this house really is and how few and far between properties come up on this road.
So few properties like this come up, that when they do come up, yeah, they are extremely popular.
So yes, this property is an absolute belter, and other buyers thought the exact same. Meaning, just a few days later, we had to go to best and final offers, which basically means that every interested party would have to offer the highest amount of money that they are willing to pay for this house. All of these offers had to be in by a certain date and time so that the seller could consider each offer at the same time and make their decision.
We knew our offer had to be strong and it had to stand out from the crowd, because the estate agent was expecting offers from around 10 different parties. And funnily enough, we took an idea from some fellow YouTubers who had an amazing idea of writing a letter to the sellers to secure them the purchase on their dream home.
So it's just a little friendly letter to say like how much we love their house and that we think we're the best owners out of everybody.
So we copied them a little bit. Thank you, King Yet.
So we basically explained our position in this letter, explaining that we would be renovating their house on a YouTube series that they could watch along with themselves. So if you're watching this, hi. But just after 2 hours after submitting this letter, we could not help ourselves as we were so eager to find out the news that we gave the estate agent a quick phone call.
Hi Richard, how you doing? It's Harrison.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you pal, very good. Sorry, I was just calling to check if we'd find out tomorrow or this evening or what the kind of situation might be.
No, sorry to say, you're going to find out now. You bought yourself a house.
Bought ourselves a house?
Yeah, you have.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable.
Well done, you.
Wow.
So I've just been phoning everyone else to say, sorry, they haven't got it. One person did.
Oh wow, that is unbelievable. Nikki's smiling from ear to ear right next to me right now. That is unbelievable, we are chuffed. Cheers pal, amazing, thank you so much. Bye 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 bye. We've just bought a house!
What?
Oh, I got accepted!
Oh my god.
That's unreal. Give me a hug. Oh my god. This is to a new house. Oh my god. And there you have it. For £452,000, the house is ours. We got it. We love you, Richard, if you're watching this.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
What a feeling. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's in such a beautiful area as well. We love the area, we love it.
Let the renovations commence. Woo!
So back to the current day, let us get more in depth on this extension and map out exactly where it's going to be for you, because it's a little bit confusing to get your head around at first. So the window up behind me here is the current kitchen. So the extension is going to come out long and relatively narrow here. You can probably see that our house is actually on a significant slope, with stairs down to the garden here. This means that the extension we create will be on a split level from the rest of the house, meaning you'll actually walk down 4 or 5 steps inside to reveal the big kitchen diner extension space. As mentioned earlier, we are actually talking to an architect as we speak about the current design and layout ideas for this kitchen diner. He's taking us through our rights to permitted development, which means that we might not actually have to apply for planning permission as formally as we used to, because you can actually extend up to 8 meters now on most detached dwellings. But we're going to get more into that next episode and show you us talking to our architect and talking through them conversations.
And if we can actually extend it by up to 8 meters, then it means we don't have to do the long and costly job of taking down this external double skin wall. Because basically we could keep the current kitchen how it is, use it as a lovely big utility room, and then have the kitchen separately and off of that behind it. Things like these, not adding in RSJs, not having to rent strong boys and all of those types of things, cuts out so many costs. And all it takes is just a few little decisions like these. And this will hopefully keep us within our budget.
Probably not.
Well, we'll see. The first step to any house extension is to lay your foundations, or should I say, lay your roots. As some of you might know, we did live in Suffolk, but now we are back down here in Berkshire to lay down our roots where our families have always been. Or so we thought. MyHeritage is a leading global family history and DNA service that makes exploring your family history easier than ever.
We've got their DNA testing kits to give us a little bit more information on our ethnicities and where we actually come from.
And can you believe we got these kits for 35 quid each? And it just involves a little swab of the cheek, which takes just 2 minutes to do at home. I'm really looking forward to seeing my results because I've actually got a French granny on one side and a French great grandpa on the other side. So I have a feeling my results are going to be pretty European.
I reckon, alternatively, mine are going to be pretty simple. I reckon I'm going to be pretty thoroughbred English.
So we've been sent our results by our emails, so we are literally going to open them now and see what the results are.
Oh, this is tense.
73.7% North and West European.
What? I'm more European than English.
You're 26% English.
What? That makes no sense to me. I'm baffled. I'm actually baffled.
Okay, time to look at my results now.
43%.
Oh my god.
See, less than me.
Less than you European.
Wow.
Oh. Spanish. Not Iberian.
You're only 8.7% English. That's crazy.
Wow.
You're a mixture of everything. It's fair to say we are so shocked with our results, but what you guys should do is you guys should find out your ethnicities and you guys should use the coupon code on the screen now and go and press the link in the description below to get your DNA test kits ordered with free shipping using our code.
Next episode, we're going to be going through what we're budgeting for this extension and renovation. We've already been working on some crazy Excel spreadsheets and have even been thinking about getting a quantity surveyor to help us out. But what we think would really be fun is if you guys let us know how much you think we should be budgeting for this whole renovation. Whether you have experience in this or not, give us a number that you think we should be sticking to. To give you a benchmark though, on our last and much more humble renovation, we spent £37,000.
And I guess that brings us on to the last bit of money talk for this property, and that is how much landscaping the front and back garden are going to set us back by. As you can see, the front garden is sloping downwards towards the house, so our plan would be to remove the dirt from here and create a brick retaining wall whilst levelling out this area to create a good amount of space to park 2 or 3 cars. making an ideal driveway.
As you can see, the back garden is absolutely massive, so the landscaping does not stop there. We're not even at the back of the garden here, and you can just about see the house behind me. Again, this part is on a slight slope, nowhere near as slopey as the front garden, but our plan is to keep the levels kind of similar to how they are already. We're going to put in some beautiful little steps to go down to the different levels of the garden, and it should look really nice. We absolutely love these trees here. They are so gorgeous, and there are so many bumblebees on there, so I think they love them too. So we are going to be moving them, but we are going to be reusing them, taking them out of the dirt they're in and putting them around the edges of the garden. So we can still have those beautiful trees, but they won't be blocking our view from the house and the extension to the very back of the garden. Also, I don't know if you can see a greenhouse behind me here, but that is also gotta go. Sorry guys. It's making me realise that we are so out of depth. Like I was just talking about taking out these trees. Have you seen the roots on these guys? And little me and Harry are gonna do this ourselves. So make sure you're subscribed because you're gonna wanna see us hate our lives. And also if there's any gardeners out there or landscapers, or if you just seem to know more than us about this, any suggestions about what to do with our big ass garden, pop it in the comments down below. It would be so helpful to get your opinion.
And since we're looking at the outside of this gaff, some of you might have seen our Instagram stories we've put up recently. We had a little play around with an AI generator app that changes the outside of your house to suit a specific theme. We firstly tried the modern option, which seemed a little bit too James Bond for us, and then we went the complete opposite direction and tried the French provincial option, which Nikki has fallen in love with. But realistically, it would be really fun to go with something in the middle of these two. A quintessential British fresh cottage look. A fresh white render with maybe some coloured windows.
Let us know your thoughts on this one, guys, because when I look at inspo pics, sometimes I do get a little bit ahead of myself.
We're so excited to take you on this next journey with us, and it really isn't long now until we get the keys. We're talking about even doing weekly vlogs when we get the keys, so if that's something you want to see and you want to see every week a video on a Sunday, let us know in the comments down below. And on that note, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to not miss an episode of this awesome DIY series.
If you don't know, subscribing is completely free to do, but it tells YouTube that our channel is pretty darn good.
So tell us your thoughts on this house in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode for some exciting plans and talking to some architects.
Oh yeah, we will.
Hell yeah.
See you next video.
See you next
Bye.
one.